Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another exciting episode with your boy Salem O. And in this episode, I'm going to be showing you how the pros work their dodge and burn in a non-destructive manner. First of all, let's dive into this episode. Now, dodge and burn, or dodging and burning, actually terms that come from analog photography. Now, it's a technique where the photographer actually manipulates the exposure of certain areas of the photograph when printing, that's during the printing process in the darkroom. Now, this is not necessarily you taking up the exposure or bringing down the exposure all over the image, but just selected parts of the image. Now, dodge and burn can literally take your image from looking flat, just as the circle we could see on this frame right now, to a three-dimensional sphere like this. You see that? So basically, the difference between this is fall off from the lightness of the image to darkness. So you can see that there's a whole lot of concentration of light over here, and then there's a nice fall off over to this point, and then we have a dark circle over here, dark, and then a little bit of light just because of the reflection that comes up from this surface comes back here, and then we have a little bit of lightness on this side before the shadows. So that is the magic of dodge and burn. So let's say we have a particular image looking at you. I decided to work with a black and white image because we don't necessarily need to focus on the colors here. I want to try as much as possible to minimize the distractions that you have on the frame. Alright, so basically we could have, all you need to do is create a new layer, and once you have an empty layer, you could rename that layer as it's probably D and B for dodge and burn. And all you need to do is come over to your edit right here, go down to fill, and you can see that fill has a shortcut that is Shift F5, so you could always hit that. And all you need to make sure that your content is actually on 50% gray, and your blending mode could be normal, 100% opacity, preserve transparency. You don't need to take all that, you just hit your OK and you're good. Now you have a 50% fill, solid color on this layer. Now it fills the whole layer with that color, and all you need to do right now is come over to your blending mode of that layer. Now you select soft light. If you work with overlay also goes pretty nice. Now they have very subtle differences when it comes to the overall dodge and burn, but you could just experiment with both of them and see what works best for you. So once you have this, you come over to your dodge tool. Now you could decide to work with your dodge tool or your burn tool. Now you use the dodge to accentuate the brightness, the light areas, so you make sure that your range is on highlights. Whenever you are on dodge, make sure your range is on highlights and your exposure is pretty low, so you don't quickly mess up the image. And make sure that you're still selected on the dodge and burn layer, so you just keep going in circles depending on how you work this. And when you want to burn, you make sure your burn tool is selected and your range is on shadows, exposure down probably 4 or 5%, whichever works best for your image, and you go down. So basically this is a non-destructive way for you to work on your dodge and burn, to take out your dodge and burn process. You can see that something this simple, you might notice that for your global dodge and burn, you can notice that you don't have much of a difference here. It's just little minute differences that are coming through, but you wouldn't notice. It's something you need to do while you're zoomed out, and you could see that when we turn off that layer, you could see the difference. Like it works the magic, literally works the magic. Now this little step has gotten this image from this point to this point, and that makes a whole lot of difference on this image. Now I hope you picked up something. If you have any questions, you let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be having videos coming out every week on retouching, photo editing, color grading and all that. And be sure to turn on post notification, hit that bell, yeah, so you'll be notified the next time this channel drops a new video. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.